Society didn't raise you to be free. Society raised you to obey. From the second you could walk, it taught you to sit still. From the second you could speak, it told you to stay quiet. Follow the rules. Do what you're told. Fit in. Blend in. Don't ask questions. You weren't taught how to think. You were programmed to follow. Stand in line. Memorize this. Don't speak unless spoken to. Color inside the lines. And if you ever step out, you're a problem. You were never built for that. Society told you the path to success was school, job, debt, mortgage, safe decisions, and just enough comfort to keep you from asking if any of it makes sense. Now, you wake up with a phone in your hand, a schedule someone else wrote, working a job you don't care about, chasing goals that were never yours to begin with. And you wonder why you feel empty. You wonder why you feel trapped. You wonder why the fire's gone. Because this was the plan, to keep you busy, distracted, entertained, and obedient. Society doesn't want you to break free because a man who breaks free is dangerous. He's not easy to sell to. He's not easy to scare. He's not easy to control. But somewhere inside you, that wild part is still alive. The one that doesn't want comfort. The one that doesn't care about fitting in. The one that's sick of pretending everything is fine. That's the real you. And he's done waiting. He's ready to move. He's ready to fight. He's ready to break free. You didn't choose most of the beliefs in your head. Society installed them. Since childhood, you were told what to value, what to fear, what to chase. Grades meant intelligence. Obedience meant goodness. A trophy meant you mattered. And failure, that meant you were broken. They didn't train you to build. They trained you to repeat. You were rewarded for staying in line, punished for coloring outside it. They didn't care if you learned. They just cared if you remembered. The system wasn't built to make you strong. It was built to make you manageable. From school to work, it's the same assembly line. Keep your head down. Don't cause problems. Get the degree. Get the job. Pay the bills. Retire when you're too tired to live. You weren't taught how to lead. You were trained to follow. You weren't taught how to think. You were trained to comply. You were told the rules, but never taught to question who made them. You were told what success looks like, but never shown how empty it feels when you finally get it and realize it's not yours. This is the Matrix, a system designed to look like freedom while keeping you just controlled enough to never fight back. The most dangerous prison isn't cold or dark. It's comfortable. It gives you just enough money to survive, just enough entertainment to stay distracted, just enough approval to stay quiet, just enough hope to keep you waiting. It doesn't chain you. It sedates you. You don't scream. You scroll. You don't fight. You make excuses. You tell yourself it's not that bad while your soul rots from the inside out. You go to a job you don't love. You fake conversations you don't care about. You chase goals that don't belong to you. And you call it normal. This isn't life. This is survival under a system that rewards obedience and punishes ambition. Comfort keeps you predictable. It keeps you small. It keeps you silent. And every time you choose comfort over courage, you tighten your own chains. You weren't meant to live empty and half alive. You weren't built to coast. You were built to move, to grow, to fight, to build something that sets your blood on fire. But none of that lives inside comfort. Comfort is where men die standing up. So if you're comfortable, that's your warning. Look around you. Most people aren't living, they're existing. Walking through life with their eyes open, but their minds shut off. Dead behind the eyes, smiling for the camera, scrolling through highlight reels while their own story goes unwritten. Wake, work, scroll, sleep. That's not life. That's autopilot. They gave up chasing something real. So now they chase distractions. They gave up building something meaningful. So now they collect cheap dopamine hits, likes, follows, food, sex, noise, anything to avoid silence, anything to avoid facing the truth. They stopped thinking for themselves, stopped asking questions, stopped growing. And when the spark inside them died, they didn't even bury it. They just adjusted to the darkness. That's what the system wants. A society of predictable, programmable, pacified men. Men who don't fight. Men who don't rebel. Men who don't remember what it feels like to be fully alive. But you're not one of them. You feel it. That agitation, that restlessness, that voice in the back of your head that keeps whispering. There's more. That voice is not a mistake. It's the last part of you that's still breathing. Don't ignore it. Feed it. Follow it. That voice is your way out. You look around at your life and it pisses you off. You see how fake it is. The conversations, the priorities, the people you're trying to impress who don't even know who they are. And for the first time, you ask the question you were never supposed to ask. What the hell am I doing? That's the glitch in the system. That's when the matrix starts to crack and the real you starts to wake up. But most people run from that moment. They feel the discomfort and they drown it. TV, porn, food, scrolling, anything to stay asleep, anything to avoid the pain of truth. But if you face it, if you don't look away, that's the first step out, because you can't change until you're disgusted by staying the same. You can't break free until you admit you're trapped. So if you're starting to feel that burn, don't run from it. Lean into it. That pain, that voice, that fire in your gut, that's not weakness. That's your rebirth. Waking up isn't peaceful. It's violent. You start seeing through the bullshit, the fake friends, the fake goals, the fake image you built just to survive. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You'll feel alone, because the moment you start waking up, you stop fitting in. You stop laughing at empty jokes. You stop chasing hollow validation. You stop pretending to be someone you're not. And they'll notice. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you think you're better. They'll tell you to chill, to relax, to go back to who you were. But that version of you is gone. And what's being built in its place? That's gonna scare people, because you're not apologizing anymore. You're not watering yourself down. You're not sitting quietly in the cage just to make everyone else comfortable. Waking up comes with grief. You grieve who you used to be. You grieve the years you wasted. You grieve the people you lose. But after the grief comes clarity. And once you taste that, you'll never go back. The moment you break pattern, society pushes back. When you stop drinking, they call you boring. When you start growing, they say you've changed. When you chase something real, they try to drag you back to average, because your effort reminds them of their laziness. Your discipline reminds them of their excuses. Your hunger reminds them they settled. You'll hear it all. Why are you doing that? You think you're better than us? Don't be so intense. Just live a little. That's fear talking. They're fear. They need you to stay the same so they don't have to look in the mirror. The system was designed to reward comfort and punish growth. Stand out. You're labeled arrogant. Work hard. You're called obsessive. Think different. You're dangerous. But let them talk. You weren't built for approval. You weren't made to blend in. You weren't put here to play by rules written by people who quit on themselves. Every step you take away from the crowd is a step toward freedom. And yeah, it'll cost you friends, familiarity, fake comfort, but what you gain in return, self-respect, clarity, power. The hardest fight isn't with the world. It's with the version of you that still wants the cage. That voice in your head that says, just take a day off. Just play it safe. Just go back to what's familiar. He knows your weaknesses. He knows your fears. He knows exactly what to say to make you back down. And if you're not careful, you'll listen. Because that version of you is addicted to comfort, addicted to approval, addicted to easy. He doesn't care about your future. He just wants to survive the day. And every time you choose comfort over growth, he gets stronger. Every time you scroll instead of build, he gets louder. Every time you break your word, he takes the wheel again. You can't negotiate with him. You can't wait him out. You have to kill him, one hard decision at a time. Wake up early. Do the work. Say no to the old patterns. Say yes to the hard path. That's how you bury the weak version. That's how you break free. You don't just escape the matrix. You rewire your mind, or it pulls you back in, because the programming runs deep. Comfort, distraction, doubt. It's in your habits, your routines, your reactions. You were trained to fold under pressure, to chase quick highs instead of real wins, to play small and call it humility. You want to break free? Then you start feeding your mind what the system never gave you. Books, silence, focus, purpose. You start moving with intention, not just reacting, not just coping, not just floating through the day. Every time you wake up early, every time you train when you don't feel like it, every time you show up with discipline instead of emotion, you rewrite the code. You don't need to be motivated. You need to be reprogrammed, because the world trained you to follow. Now it's time to train yourself to lead. Freedom isn't chaos. It's structure you choose for yourself. You don't escape the system by running away. You escape by building your own, one that serves your future instead of killing it. That means rules, discipline, non-negotiables. You create your schedule, you guard your time, you build your body, you protect your mind, you stop chasing noise and start creating results. It's not pretty, it's not fun. No one claps for you while you're doing it. It's silent reps, late nights, early mornings, stacking wins no one sees, but you feel every damn one of them. And slowly, the new system takes over. You stop craving permission. You stop explaining yourself. You stop folding for feelings, because now your life runs on truth, not trends, not fear, not weakness. This is the foundation. This is how you live free. The moment you start building, the world starts testing. Old habits creep in. Old people call you up. Old voices whisper, "Come back. Take it easy. Just once won't hurt." This is the trap, and most fall right here. Because freedom isn't something you reach. It's something you protect. You'll be tempted to slow down, to compromise, to blend back in with the version of you that was easy to control. But every time you entertain the old life, you give it power. And every time you say no, you take that power back. This is where it's won. Not in the spotlight, not in the big moments, in the quiet, in the boring, in the hard. You don't just break free once, you break free every day. The real rebellion isn't loud. It's not chaos in the streets. It's not shouting online. It's not a post, a slogan, a trending soundbite. The real rebellion is discipline in silence. It's saying no when no one's watching. It's showing up without needing a camera on you. It's building a life so strong, it doesn't need to be explained. It's felt. It's eating clean when everyone's binging. It's training when the world's sleeping. It's making moves when everyone else is making excuses. You don't need to announce it. You just need to live it. Because the system can't control a man who doesn't seek approval. It can't trap a man who builds his own rules. It can't stop a man who's not asking for permission anymore. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need a plan that makes everyone else comfortable. You need to move. Rip the chains off. Burn the script they gave you. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them watch. You weren't born to blend in. You weren't built to stay quiet. You weren't meant to play dead in a system that fears your potential. You feel that fire in your gut, that pull to do more, be more, live more. So take it, own it. Let the old version of you die right here. And from this moment forward, break free.